when I took over as director, I intended to create a team paradigm that was focused on difficult but worthwhile goals, and were to maintain a reasonable expectation for how we were going to accomplish those things. That was the idea. We create this system where everybody has a role that they want to play, and if they contribute fully to that role, then together we're able to accomplish all these things that we set out, and we can achieve greatness. So we roll the plan out in August, big old talk, write things up on the board, hyper-competitiveness, hyper-inclusivity, bunch of fun words. And then we do the big talk in October. We have the covenant, then big email in December, then big meeting, come back in January. And I feel like I do this a lot. I do a big talks, big email, big meeting, and it feels like, at least just from my perspective, the majority of what the response to those things are is silence. It feels like I hear a lot more excuses, and I hear more apologies, and I hear people pointing fingers at other people, making comments on what their teammates are doing. The problem, there's a couple of problems. The problem isn't that you think the world revolves around you. The problem is you don't understand that it does. Every little thing that you do contributes to the entire system that we're trying to create. Every little thing. And then the other problem is I've created this comfortable culture where everybody feels like it's no big deal because Joe's going to forgive me anyways. So we can do these little things that don't contribute to our overall goals. It's like every practice you miss, every tournament you don't take advantage of, every time we show up late, every time something else happens, like, we're choosing not to prioritize the entirety of what this team should be working for holistically. And I look at the board, and I've been so proud of everything that y'all have been able to accomplish and all the effort that you've been able to put forward. So don't think that I'm not. But I look at it and I also see blanks. And I think to myself, when you see these blanks, are you thinking, how can I work to fill one of those? Or are you thinking somebody else on my team is going to? Do you think, how am I going to sacrifice a little bit to work to accomplish what it is our team sets out to accomplish? Or I do other stuff, so I don't really need to do that part. What do we think when we look at the blanks? All these events that we try to put all this work up into. Because we're 2 weeks out from state, less than, and we're 15 to 20 events short of what we projected we would have in October? You know? I don't know. This past weekend was supposed to be pretty full. We were traveling, 20 minutes away, just going to Lincoln. I had 2 vans booked. We had a lot of people. Our entry fee on Saturday was $144. Our entry fee on Sunday was $128. Which even with 1 van all packed up, still felt pretty good. I was pretty excited about it. Felt like we were really kicking off after hosting the right way. We were this team, the team that intended to make history, the big full team, right? And then drop after drop after drop after drop, and our drop fees were that. I understand that unforeseen circumstances are going to happen, okay? That's something that we can calculate. We can guarantee something's going to happen that we don't plan for. There was plenty outside of people being sick that we didn't plan for that happened this weekend to our team. The point isn't that you shouldn't be sick. The point is, a lot of little things add up. This is what happened on the weekend. And then, to be honest, when we were there on Saturday, I didn't feel like we were this team. I felt like we were Concordia of old. I felt deflated. I felt small. We felt defeated from the beginning. And we had a terrible day. Things improved on Sunday. But there are teammates who missed out on bids because you weren't there. One person there in an extra event could have changed the whole tournament for some of your teammates. You could have gotten bids, but you weren't there. Where were you? You were prioritizing other things. Some of you got sick. Some of you were still writing speeches. Some of you were still sleeping. You have to understand, you're all in a particular role because you can contribute to what we set out to contribute to in August, what we set out to accomplish. The system makes sense, and you can do it. But if you think, well, I can just do this crappy little things, it's only going to impact me, you're wrong. Every little thing you do adds up. And it's not just quantifiably, it's for the entire team in general, right? Every little effort that you don't make, every little attitude that you don't change, right? Every single one of you has something that contributes to this. Something little that hasn't been working towards the goal that we set out to do. And so, if you want the events back, you're going to have to do it together. For all the events that were up here, all the events that you intend to put up here, you have to perform for a teammate. That teammate has to give me a ballot, either in paper or via email, however you want to do it. Okay? If you have multiple events, you can't use the same teammate twice. You have to perform to multiple people. Okay? And your event doesn't go back up on the board until that teammate has given me a ballot, with the time, with the comments, with whatever. Lucky for you, we have a very large team of people who are capable of supporting you, and so you can support each other. However, state tournament entries are due on Monday. So I suggest you get this done quickly. If you think about your schedules and you don't think you have time to accomplish this, we can have mandatory 6 a.m. speech practices. I don't mind getting up early. I'm good at it. You have to start shifting your mentality and understanding your responsibility, even though it may be small, but that responsibility is not just to you, it's to the entire team. But today you don't have time to do that. Because today, we're doing laps. Not actually running. We're doing speech laps. I'm going to assign you an hour's worth of talking that you have to do straight up. This is obviously for the people with events. I'll give you your assignments, what speeches I want you to do, how many times I want you to do them. Once you're done with your lap, come to me. I'll be in my office. I want you to tell me what it is I can do for you that can be better for our individual practices. Okay? I don't need an apology. How many of you are tired of coming in my office and apologizing to me for stuff? I understand it's legitimate. I love you too. Let's stop apologizing and let's start improving for what this team can actually do. We've done a lot, but we've barely scratched the surface of our potential. Why? Because we're not making that conscious choice. Lap assignments. Tatiana Pros 3 times, DI 3 times. Funk Pros 3 times, Poetry 3 times. Terran Info 3 times, Persuade 3 times. Will, you need to read the news out loud for an hour. Out loud. Jala, DI 3 times, and read your impromptu examples out loud for 30 minutes. Grace, Poise 6 times. Lindsay, Duo 2 times, Poetry 4 times. Malia, ADS 2 times, Info 2 times, Persuade 2 times. Marlena, Poise 6 times. Aaliyah, Duo 2 times, Poi 2 times, Pros 2 times. Trey, Pros 3 times, DI 3 times. Nathan, ADS 3 times, Impromptu for 30 minutes. Jacob, DI 4 times, Duo 2 times. Brody, here's Duo partner, you do that with him. Peyton's going to do DI 3 times, Poi 3 times when she gets here. Philomena, Poi 4 times, Poetry 4 times, DI 4 times. 1 foot, 2 handers. When they start their laps, I want you in my office. I want to talk to you about Saturday stuff. If you have work, things that you have to do, you have to leave early. Make sure you come into my office, talk to me before you leave. Then whatever time you missed on your lap, find a way to make that up later. State's right around the corner, so we have Saturday. Saturday is going to be a long day. Practicing starts at 9, so you're expected to be here in the squad room at 8:30. We will have breakfast for you. And we'll have assignments. Everybody will have a checklist given to them for things that they have to do for performances for different rooms that we have set up. We have Skype coaches ready to go. Erica, myself, and Faith are going to be here ready to go, and you're going to have to be recorded. There's going to be a lot of moving around, going to be a lot of things to do, but we're going to need a lot of our helpers there as well. Right? Some of you will have very filled schedules on Saturday. Some of you won't have your whole schedule filled out. But if you don't, I suggest you find a way to be productive. Find a teammate that maybe needs a little bit of extra help, needs someone to perform to. Because you can sure as hell guarantee your coaches are going to spend every single minute of those 8 hours working. Any conflicts you have, complications, you can work it out with myself or Faith later. But use this as an opportunity to rise to the occasion. I've been telling you I believe in you all semester long. I don't want this to be another Joe speech that goes on deaf ears. I have kid gloves. I'm comfortable. I feel like I'm being taken advantage of. Maybe I'm wrong. Prove me wrong. Get the events back up. I'll be in my office. If you want to warm up before laps, that's up to you.